Apparently somebody's hogs are out and got into the garbage over here. Well, that's not something you see every day. So I had this whole awesome opening sequence planned for this morning, and I overslept by 2 hours. Carly was ready to go this morning on time, and Daddy was late. So I haven't had any breakfast, haven't had any coffee, and now we're at Wendy's. All right, so we got some breakfast, got a cup of coffee, and now we're gonna eat real quick, and then we're gonna get out and I'll show you what we're planning on. It's gonna be a good one, I think. Stick around. So today's adventure is gonna be a daddy-daughter fishing trip. I've been excited about this thing all night. Didn't get much sleep. So what did I do? Instead of getting up early, I overslept by 2 hours. So that was not a good start. And then we get down here to where we're going to fish, and it looks like there's somebody maybe sleeping in this truck. I don't know. So we got a few obstacles to try to overcome this morning. Had this whole cool sequence planned out where I was going to get here before the sunrise, get a time lapse of the sunrise, cook some breakfast over the fire, and none of that happened this morning. Instead, overslept, like I said, 2 hours. We went by Wendy's, got breakfast, got coffee, and now we're out here. And then I also looked, and the worms that I just bought are dead. So we got some obstacles to overcome, but we're gonna see what we can do and see if we can still have a good time. So I got Carly with me. She's gonna be fishing with us today. I'm really excited about that. If you guys remember when we did the River Song Camp, it was one of our first videos. She was addicted to fishing, and that hasn't stopped. She has, you know, this quarantine, she has made her sister or somebody take her fishing almost every day. She really wants to catch a bass. She hasn't caught a bass yet, so our goal today is to see if we can get her a bass. So that's the plan. Stick around. We're going to see if we can get that done. Okay, so I'm going to start out by saying I'm not a professional angler by any means. I'm not some pro bass fisherman, but I've learned a few things, so I'm going to try to teach her what I know. So to start with, this is the setup she's got right now.
Don't make fun of me.
This is the setup she's got right now. So she's got a black worm with a pink tail. If that's not a girl's fishing rig, I don't know what is. They don't realize, or she didn't realize, that you have to catch fish with what the fish want to bite, not what's pretty.
I have different colors.
So,
the one I picked out.
So we're going to go with something a little bit different on this setup. Okay, so what you want is, like I said, you want an offset hook. And I'll show you why you want that offset hook, but see how this one's just pulling? When it comes through the water, it's not going to swim right. So you want one of these offset hooks. It's got the little kink off in it, and I'll show you why you want that. But first, we're going to tie this hook on, if I can get a hold of the line. There's a lot of different ways to tie a hook. This is the way I was taught to tie a hook. So Carly's been watching a lot of YouTube videos and trying to learn how to do it watching YouTube videos, which is awesome. I really like YouTube videos, but you know, sometimes there's just some misinformation, bad information on there. So I'm trying to go through today and show her some things that I know work for me. So once you got your hook tied on there, like that, it's on there pretty tight. Now what we're going to do, because this water is so dark, we want something that's going to sparkle. And there's a couple of them that really work pretty good out here. This June bug works pretty good. But these, the watermelon reds really seem to work well. They actually mimic the color of bait fish. Okay, so if you look on this worm, it's got the spine down the back of it there. So when you put your hook on, you want to line your hook up with that spine. That way it swims right in the water. So, and then I always put the hook in just this length, like that, and then pop that thing back out, like that. Push it all the way up. Over it, like that. And then you see, that's where you want this thing to come out, so it'll fit, or so it'll sit right on there. So when you do that, you want to start back here. See where the back of this hook's going to sit in that hole? Mm-hmm. So you want to put your worm on the hook there. And you don't want to drive it way out. You want it just to be under the surface of the rubber, like that. And that kind of makes it not weedless, but almost weedless. Now out here, there's a lot of lily pads, so I'm not going to hook her heavy. We don't have a long cast here, so we're not going to go heavy. I want this thing to kind of dive slow. The water's really dark here, so we're going to see if we can make this work. This is all my theory, so it's something I've learned that works for me. So we got her baited up. I'm going to bait mine up, and we're gonna go out here and see if we can catch a fish. And now, what you want to do, toss it right out to the edge of the lily pads right there. Don't try to go way in the lily pads. Toss it out to the edge of the lily pads, or if you can get it to the edge of that grass right there, count to 10. Let it hit. Count to 10. Because it's going to fall real slow. Once it falls, and you count to 10, pick it up real slow. If you feel something go like that, just real like that. Now, you might have grass, but a lot of times that bump will be the fish. So just kind of right to the lily pad right there.
To the lily pad or the grass?
To the, well, right in that corner would be a good spot. Or over there should be fine. that owl? Typically, Papa used to always say if the owls are hooting, the fish are biting. That's what he said. Well, haven't had any luck yet. It's still, we just got here a few minutes ago. I'm a little impatient when it comes to fishing. But anyway, it's really nice. It feels great out here this morning. Kind of looks like it might try to blow in and rain on us though. Wasn't supposed to rain today as far as I knew. But anyway, we're gonna keep going and see what we can come up with. Well, no luck at the other location, so we have walked down the little canal a little bit, found this little spot here. I have caught fish here a couple times, so we're gonna try this spot out for a little while and see if we can catch anything here. Are you kidding me?
I'm so mad!
You guys saw that though, right? That was a bass. She had a bass on there.
I'm gonna cry. I need to fix the thing.
You didn't land it.
Slipped off.
You didn't land it, but you had a bass on there. That's what I'm talking about. See, having the right. I'm gonna fall in the water.
Sam.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is how you really get them hooked.
Me and that fish are gonna fight. I'm gonna jump in the water.
Okay, so we have to learn about setting hooks now.
I didn't know he was on it.
She made, a good setup here, but now she got to learn how to set the hook.
You're so close to me.
Is there really anything better than this, sitting out here fishing with your daughter or your kids? Just kind of going back and forth, joking around, learning a little something. This is what it's all about, guys. Well, you might say we're not having the most luck. But that's alright. It's not always about what you catch, it's about the time you spend together. And we're having a good time together. We've been needing this. I'm moving down. She's determined to catch that bass, so I'm moving down to a little bit different spot. Actually, back down to the spot we started at. The people that were kind of camped out down here this morning went ahead and got up and left, so I'm gonna move back down here and see if I can't catch something off of this point. He's not bigger than a $50. Tiny little turtle. He's right there. See him?
Oh. Snapping turtle.
Little alligator snapping turtle. Or not alligator snapping turtle. Little snapping turtle.
Is he gonna bite me?
Yeah, he'll bite you.
Will it hurt?
Yeah. That was pretty cool. Pretty neat. Okay, so we have made a change. We are using some of those worms. Some of them aren't quite dead, so we're using some worms on here. I got the glow worms. We're gonna give these a shot, see if we can catch something without getting skunked today. I am using a bobber. Carly has elected to not use a bobber, which most of the time I could go either way on. So let's see which one works better.
I feel like I need to reel it back in. I feel weird not having to reel it back in.
Well, there's the action we were looking for. Dang it. Oh, I did catch him.
Let me take it off. I want to play with it.
There.
I'm gonna take it off.
The first fish of the day, everybody. He's a freaking giant. He's barely as big as the hook. But I caught the first one of the day. Are you really going to take my fish off of the hook?
I want to play with it.
I'm not Samantha.
I want to play with it.
That's one thing I'll say. This child will bait her on hook, take her fish off, actually take her sister's.
He didn't even eat it. It's through his like.
Take her sister's fish off. Can you get it or you ain't even get it?
Oh my God.
Oh, he's foul hooked? How did that happen?
I don't know. He didn't even eat it.
He was foul hooked between the eyes.
Poor Poor boy.
Hungry little sucker. Let me see if I can catch his big
Here
brother.
you go.
Carly's got him. She's got him lipped. I'd like to just point out that I caught the first fish. I landed the first giant fish of the day.
You got a fish the size of my thumbnail.
Oh. Oh. There must be a ton of babies right there. Stay over there.
Move, you're being evicted from your spot.
Yeah, she's gonna try to come over here and steal my spot. At this point, I'd have to say that the bobber worked better right now. If you're looking to catch the world's tiniest fish, the bobber is really the way to go. Put a bobber on her line. You guys notice I have a bad habit of typically wanting to wear black, and I live in Florida, and black in Florida really is not the best thing. It's freaking hot. Even with the breeze blowing, this black shirt is baking. But black is slamming though, right? Are you guys riveted? Is this riveting video? Watching us fish? You're glued to the screen, aren't you?
When I had was running, so I couldn't go to sleep, so I watched a 2-hour video of some fish.
I've got a little John boat that I need to get fixed up so we can take it and go fishing. I've also got a canoe that I'm fixing to start working on, so I'll probably do a couple videos on that. I'm going to kind of restore that canoe so I'll have it for adventures. I was going to buy another canoe, but then after I thought about it, because I really wanted a lighter canoe, but after I thought about it, you know, in Florida here, we don't really have a lot of areas where we're going to be portaging from lake to lake, and the chances of me taking my canoe somewhere where I'm going to need to portage it are slim. So I don't necessarily need a super light canoe. I just need to be able to handle it from the truck to get it into the water and back. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the old canoe that I got for like $40, and I'm going to do a little bit of fiberglass work on it to shore it up, because it's a little thin. It's old. So I'm going to do a little fiberglass work on it and set it up where we can take it and use it for some adventures. So that'll be pretty cool. That should make some pretty good video too of redoing that canoe. The problem with my channel is when it gets to be summertime, you know, everybody else likes to camp in the summertime, and I have no idea why. Too freaking hot. I don't like to camp in the summertime. So it makes it hard to shoot camping videos in the summertime for me. So I've kind of got to come up with some other options on things that we could do. Canoe trips, you know, hikes, stuff like that we can do, but camping is a little bit tough in the summertime.
You should do serene on geocaching.
Geocaching? Yeah, we might could do some of that. That would be kind of cool. Get us out running around.
That's hikes too.
Huh?
I said because then that's like hiking.
Yeah. Yeah, we might do that. Do some hiking and some geocache. Looking for geocaches would be kind of cool. Maybe some more fishing videos, because, you know, I'm so good at these. Man, seriously? Oh yeah, oh yeah.
He's not even fighting you.
Well,
It's a little bigger than the other one.
it ain't a keeper, but it's a little bigger than the other one. That gives me 2-1 for Carly. Or 2 to none, actually, if you really want to be honest about it.
2 to almost.
2 to almost 3, she says. I don't think that's how that works. Ah, fishing in my spot, I see.
You moved your feet. You moved your fishing spot.
I don't think that's how that works. You can fish there. I already caught the fish. I ain't worried about it. Want to put a bet on who catches the next fish?
Nope. No, because I'm pretty sure he just took my bait.
If I catch the next fish, you got to talk to the camera.
0 to 10 would not recommend.
So I really was batting 1,000 this morning. I was so excited about this fishing trip, I didn't even. Are you serious? What have I got going on here? Something. I'm trying to talk to the camera. I was so excited about the fishing trip that I woke up, or I stayed up too late last night. So I woke up 2 hours late this morning. And on top of everything else, I forgot our chairs, so we don't even have anything to sit on. So pretty much failed all the way around on this trip. But oh well, it is what it is. We overcome adversity, right? That's what it's all about, overcoming adversity. That's what fishing is all about. I don't know if you know that or not. Fishing is all about overcoming adversity. Ooh, girl, you about to have to talk to the camera.
We did not make this bet.
I made the bet. She didn't make the bet. I made the bet, so Daddy rules.
Carly doesn't agree.
Oh, it's a race now. Ooh, look who. Somebody's got
There
to talk
is
to
no
the camera.
race.
Somebody's got to talk to the camera.
I did not agree to this deal. Let me take it off.
Okay. You can take it off if you talk to the camera while you're taking it off.
What do I have to say? Ow.
Let me back this thing up so we can get you in the... And action.
This is my fish.
I caught that fish.
Don't let him lie to you. This is my fish. His name is... I got a name in. Stop it.
His name's gonna be dead meat if you don't get him in the water pretty quick.
Oh well. Fish are meant to die.
What do you like about fishing?
It's relaxing. I'm gonna take your... Sorry, fish.
Nice. You gonna lip him?
Yep. Here's my fish.
Okay. Well, thank you for talking to the camera. Do you know how you know that the fish aren't in quarantine?
How?
Because they're still in school. Dad joke.
You're being canceled.
My show's been canceled. Sorry, guys. Well, what do you think?
What do you mean?
Still want to keep fishing, or you want to go check out the cemetery?
I think we check out the cemetery.
Let's go check out the cemetery. Well, this definitely wasn't the best day of fishing that we've ever had, but this is the best day I've had in a long time. Spending some time with my girl this morning, just enjoying it, having a good time together, joking around. You know, you can't hardly beat that. So it's never wasted time out here. Figure out how to get outside and enjoy yourself. Spend some time together with your family and your kids, your spouse. You know, these are good times. I know it's hard right now to be able to make some of that work because of money and other things, you know, but you got to do what you can do to kind of break the monotony and enjoy yourself. We're going to go try to find that, or we're going to go to that cemetery and see what we can find over there. So hang around with us. We're not done yet. So we're at Laurel Grove Cemetery. It's in Waldo, Florida. A lot of people don't realize it, but there was actually a Confederate Civil War encampment just down the road from here. So maybe we'll get to see some Civil War headstones. Maybe. We're gonna look around and see what we can find. That one's pretty neat. 1858 to 1932. Wow. So I don't know if you can see that one or not, but that one's Robert Shipman, born 1849, died 1937. Imagine the things that these people seen in their life. It's pretty interesting. Okay, at first glance we thought that this was a recent one, but then we realized that this person died in 1963. yet the ground is all disturbed here. That's kind of interesting, isn't it? So I found this other, this is another cemetery where some of the graves appear to be turned the opposite direction from what I'm used to. When I did my trip to driving down the Ghost Road video, I visited that cemetery, and there was grave markers where the people were actually turned what I would consider the wrong way, and they're not facing east, they were facing west. And over here there's a couple of more gravestones that do the same thing. Does anybody know like why that is? Is there a reason why they turn the gravestones or turn the graves the opposite direction? It just kind of, it's interesting. Everything else is facing to the east, but there's a couple of them that are turned facing to the west. Just makes me wonder. Well, we found one. This is looks like Corporal Levy Branning, Florida Artillery, CSA, 1842 to 1910. One of my customers actually owns a piece of property just down the road from here that was actually a Confederate encampment. It's still got the earthworks and stuff around it. It's a pretty neat place. CSA, Florida Infantry, 1846 to 1910. Sparkman. Here's another. Corporal Joel Weeks, Company B, 2nd Regiment, Florida Infantry, CSA. It doesn't have the dates on it though. As you guys can tell, I love some history, and I really enjoy looking at these old headstones. And you know, I know it seems creepy, but the idea to me is I kind of look at the headstones and it makes me wonder and think about all the things that these people would have seen in their lifetime. We saw one over there earlier that was born in 1889 and died in 1986. When you think about all the things that that person has seen, all the changes that that person's seen in their life, it's really amazing to think about. See, this is a prime example of what we were talking about. This person was born in 1858, died in 1954. Just imagine all the things that that person's seen in their life and all the changes that they saw. It's pretty incredible when you think about it. Okay, so now I think I'm on a mission to try to find the earliest tombstone that I can find as far as birth date. The earliest one I've seen so far, I think, is 1842. So I'm going to look and see if I can find one earlier than that as far as the birth date. Well, we found one for 1835. Miss Eliza A. Desha. I'm not sure how to pronounce that last name. But January 1st, 1835 to September 11th, 1918. Carly just found one over here, born 1808. Let's go check it out. This one is pretty neat. It's way back in the back of the cemetery. This is Miss Lucinda Ross. Born December 9th, 1808. Died December 21st, 1891. That one's pretty neat. That one's way back at the very far back of the cemetery. It's literally on the very back by the tree line. Pretty neat. 1808. This one's pretty neat. Private Company H 160 Regiment, Infantry, Spanish American War. born 1869, died 1958. I was really hoping to get lucky and find one that was born in the 1700s. I thought we were going to find one back there. Matter of fact, I think that 1808 may be the earliest birth date that I've found so far, looking through cemeteries and stuff. So I was really hoping to find the 1700 ones, but I don't think I'm going to find it today. I think that one's probably going to be the earliest. We're still going to look around here for a few minutes, but we're about ready to get wrapped up and get out of here. This one's kind of hard to see. This is Captain J.C. Dean, 59th Regiment, Virginia Infantry, CSA, 1831 to 1896. Okay, I just found one that is Joseph Burring, born 1807, died 1879. That is now the earliest one that I've found. Well guys, we had a good day. I had a lot of fun. Did you have fun fishing?
Yes, sir.
We had a really good time. Very interested in walking around out here in the cemetery and looking around at all the different headstones and stuff. We had a really good time, and at least we didn't get skunked out there. I found this garbage out there in the cemetery, so I decided I'd take it out with us. But yeah, at least we didn't get skunked fishing. Carly did have a couple of bass on her line, and even though we didn't get to take one off the hook, she did have a couple bass on the line, so that's a step ahead of where she was before. And I think she learned some things. You learned something? So I think she learned a little bit. So I want to thank you guys for watching the video. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, like this video, share it with your friends. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.